Welcome back to ThreadWatch. Have you been keeping up? My uni wants us to watch these movies. Are any of them kino? They all suck. Can't believe they're telling you to watch Get Out as some sort of introduction to black culture lmao. Watch the Boondocks and Chappelle's show and you'll understand more about the black condition than you'll ever want to. My uni wants us to watch these movies. Susan, do the schoolwork and get out. Try to Susan a couple women too. Everything else is just brainwashing. This list of woke movies includes a movie where black people hunt down and intimidate a Latina rape victim and her family. Get Out. Consider this academic advice. If you're not trolling, all I can say is that you should drop out or do something else in the STEM if you can into maths. Almost doing anything else with your life is better. Sucking for money under a bridge is better. Check out this list from Vox. My Susaning sides. Why are they making you watch it? Do you have to make an essay? I am doing a STEM. This is part of a chemistry degree. It'd be asking why we aren't studying the statistics behind some of their claims rather than mindlessly watching propaganda and not questioning any of it. That will get you expelled these days. The lefty students in the class will say that they don't feel safe around you, even though they do, and they're just lying, and the uni's administration takes those complaints very seriously. If this isn't a LARP, I unironically recommend dropping out. It's better to pull the band-aid off now than wasting more time. I have a friend who had similar courses in his uni. He dropped and ended up working as a dishwasher and working his way up to sous chef in the space of a year. Do something else and do it sincerely, but do not go to a university that wants you to pay reparations. My uni wants us to watch these movies. How is this not propaganda meant to brainwash college students? When the Susan did university become liberal brainwashing centers? Communist project in the 1930s. Correct. The Frankfurt School, to be precise. What's the modern iteration of the Frankfurt School? Any humanities education, most of the social sciences, and, according to even STEM. This had to deal with this kind of nonsense in teachers' college as well. It's flavor of the month virtue signaling. Except since I'm in Canada, it was professors hyping up all this Aboriginal stuff. Apparently we need to teach indigenous myths in math and science class, and being like, as a metaphor, right, was seen as offensive dialogue. I get that we treated Aboriginals in awful ways, but that's material for social studies and English. We're apparently supposed to go on field trips to meet chiefs. Lol. When I said that science class should be focused on the science itself, this argument began where apparently the improvements that access to technology and improved standards of living aren't inherently good things. Very cringe. We even had a white social issues class where we had to do Susan involving white privilege. I get that understanding this stuff is important to be a fair teacher, but the way it was conveyed was drink the Kool-Aid, like. You could make an argument about why these films are overrated. Firstly, what class did you take? For example, in Do the Right Thing, what right does some random have to tell a store owner who they have in their wall? Get Out is one thing, but Us was one of the most overrated turds I've ever seen. Lefties like to gloat that the majority of college graduates are left-wing, and it's true. The implication is that college equals smarter equals left-wing value set. The truth is that people who went to college got exposed to an extra 4 years of indoctrination and propaganda, which they absorbed, unquestioningly. Because critics aren't allowed to call it out without being lit on fire. They prop him up as this artist, when his films are painful mediocre. I watched Suspiria several days before seeing Us, and I was blown away by Suspiria's camera work, atmosphere and method of building tension. Us was praised as this artistic masterpiece, yet it was so disappointing. The concept, setup and even way it was filmed felt so underdeveloped. Meanwhile it's all a metaphor, so you apparently have to look at it in a special way. He's a weak filmmaker who makes identity politics his sword. I didn't even mind Get Out, it was a much better movie, but he's a one-trick pony who doesn't have much technical or artistic substance. A guy got banned from participating in class discussions a few years ago after he questioned that 1 in 4 women will be raped on college campuses statistic. The study that stat is based on comes from Lib Susan feminists, has a sample size of 20 and they counted having sex while drunk as rape even if the women in the study insisted that it wasn't rape. So the guy in class questions the study and then started talking about the FBI crime stats for rape. College campuses are some of the most safest places for women in the country, and they just banned him, lol. That's what doing an arts degree in the 21st century in like. They're not so big on critical analysis when you apply the technique to their assumptions and ideology. Where the Susan do you go to school where Aboriginal stuff gets shoved into math class? This is growing increasingly common if you pay attention to the escapades of critical theory. There's two ideas currently dominating in education present: culturally responsive education, and diversity, inclusion and equity. Crescent talks about decolonizing mathematics and deconstructing implicit whiteness in education. The implication is that education is dominated by systemic racism that prioritizes whites and must be reconstructed to remove implicit biases, differences in educational outcome. WTF is going on with you burgers? The university in every place of the civilized world is the place where you follow courses, study and acquire expertise and degrees to help you in your future professional career. The useless crap you describe are for hobbyists. The university isn't supposed to be an echo chamber. You must not have been paying attention if you believe that to be true. Any academic that disagrees with progressive dogmas is basically ostracized or removed outright. Look up people like Brett Weinstein or Bo Weingard. I mean, you had Harvard law students demanding Harvey Weinstein's lawyer be fired because he worked there. He ended up losing his teaching position as far as I know. I mean, a particular modern institution that dictates policies and rhetoric the same way the Frankfurt school did. I don't think it's that centralized. This is a fluid dynamic between humanities departments, Berkeley, especially, but really most Anglo universities, left-wing media, Vox, Slate, The Atlantic, CNN, and activist groups, Black Lives Matter, Southern Poverty Law Center. Not to mention Hollywood celebrity circles and big tech social media, who disseminate these ideas to the masses along with the aforementioned media. They banned him. That's how it is nowadays. Agree with everyone 100% or you're literally worse than Hitler. Silence is complicity. Questioning the narrative will get you kicked out or fired. This is literally totalitarianism. It's scary watching how the media has made everyone think the exact same way. And again, it's not like I said I hate black people and am a racist. All I said was, how are we gonna unify as a human race by elevating one race up and saying only they matter? When it should be all of us a whole that matter, including said race. And now I'm seen as a racist Trump supporter. The majority have gone legit insane. I study journalism and it's quite scary seeing how people are saying things like, it's important that we don't cover this from the white male narrative, or, at this point, we have to be activist and speak up for black people. Even our teachers are opposed to this. This is supposed to be a field that strives for objectivity, yet people are clearly doing it just to voice their opinion. This isn't just related to this particular case. The bedrocks of our democracy are clearly collapsing before our eyes. The universities aren't teaching critical thinking, rather ruining it. The media has lost all objectivity. The police force can't be trusted. The judiciary can't be trusted. Just imagine if Derek Chauvin gets acquitted. The narrative can't be questioned. Public discourse is owned by private corporations who are clearly taking sides. Violence as a political tool is being excused and even encouraged. Feelings and subjective opinions are being elevated above facts. Anything goes if it serves the greater good. If history is any indicator, these people have absolutely no idea what kind of wind they are sowing and whirlwind they are gonna reap. Pathetic. Do the Right Thing is a good film. Get Out is entertaining but very flawed. The rest is absolute trash. If they wanted to make a list of essential black cinema, they failed horribly. You should make a better list and suggest it to your professor to embarrass XIR and assert your dominance. My uni wants us to watch this propaganda. Yikes, cringe. Thanks for watching. See you on the boards.